12 to order. The invocation by Chairman Steve Shotwell. All rise. Dear Lord, thank you for tonight. Thank you for the loyal trust and respect among our board members. Thank you for the service to America that our young are providing, military service and volunteers at home, or just general hard work within their community. Dear Lord, please allow us to do your work this evening. Let us abide by our decisions. We may. Amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Commissioner Hurl? Commissioner Lechka?
Here.
Commissioner Rice?
Here.
Commissioner Duckham? Here. Commissioner Alexander?
Present.
Commissioner Vidito? Commissioner Mahoney?
Here.
Commissioner Williams?
Present.
Commissioner Smith? Commissioner Way? Commissioner Elwell?
Here.
Chairman Shotwell.
Present. We have 10 present. This time I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
I have a motion from Commissioner Mahoney, support from Commissioner Duckham. Any items to be added or removed? Any corrections to be made to the agenda? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Duly carried. We have no awards and recognition. Are there any communications or petitions to come before the Board of Commissioners this evening? Please step forward. Seeing none. We have no special orders or public hearing. We've now arrived at our first opportunity for public comment. If you could please step forward, identify yourself, and address the Board of Commissioners.
Board of Commissioners, I'm Tom Schaffner, and I'd like to be considered for the appointment to the Jackson County Joint Airport Zoning Board. I'm a private pilot myself, and I do see the importance of airports. Anyway, I would appreciate any support you could give me. Thank you.
Good evening. John Wilson, candidate, County Commission, 8th District. I'm here today to once again voice my opposition for another round of funding to the Enterprise Group. The City of Jackson has just decided to discontinue its funding to the Enterprise Group. Instead, economic development for the city will be the responsibility of the city manager and the assistant city manager. There is now even talk by township supervisors to discontinue funding to the Enterprise Group. All along, economic development should have been the responsibility of elected and appointed officials at each local unit of government, and not the responsibility of a non-elected, unaccountable, secretive, private entity supported by our tax dollars, who can pick winners and losers, and whose primary focus is only economic development in Blackman Township. Before deciding to allocate another taxpayer dime to the Enterprise Group, can any one commissioner on this board tell the general public how much the CEO of the Enterprise Group is paid or any other employee of the Enterprise Group is paid? If any one of you can and do know what their pay is, then why does not the general public be allowed to know what their pay is? It's us who pays their general salaries, and at least we should be the ones, the taxpayers, should know how much they're paid. If the enterprise group should continue to exist, then the enterprise group should charge a fee for any service they may provide to any prospective or existing business. The $100,000 the EG is requesting from this board today should rather be invested for economic development at our Cascades waterfalls. At least then, we'll experience tangible economic development. Thank you.
Any other public comment? Any other public comment? Seeing none, public comment is now closed for the first time. We have no special meetings of standing committees. At this time, we'll entertain the minutes of the 5:15 regular meeting of the Jackson County Board of Commissioners.
Support.
I have a motion and support, Commissioner Mahoney and Commissioner Alexander. Any corrections, deletions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Duly carried. Consent agenda at this time.
Mr. Chair, I move the consent agenda be allowed.
I have a motion from Commissioner Mahoney and a support from Commissioner Rice. Any items to be pulled? The chair has a correction. You will see under the resolution for the airport, duplication of the local match from 525 to 525. It should read local match of $75. It's because the corrected document unfortunately was not placed in the packet at the time of printing. Other than that, do we have anything else? I would ask for a roll call vote with the corrected. Use your lights, please. The consent agenda pass as corrected, 10-0. Is it 9 or 10? Oh, 9. Gail, would you like to vote? I apologize. Commissioner Mahoney, do you cast a yea vote?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, could you please note the votes was 10 in favor?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. At this time, we've arrived at standing committees. County Policy Chairman David Elwell. Commissioner Elwell.
Nothing to report, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner. County Affairs and Agencies, chaired by Commissioner Dave Lechka. Commissioner Lechka?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have some appointments tonight. The first one is to the Joint Airport Zoning Board, and the committee nominates Thomas Schaffner.
Any nominations from the floor? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Duly carried. Commissioner Lechka.
Next is one public member to the County Building Authority, term expiring 6/2015. Committee nominates Tony Saman.
I have a motion and support for Tony Salmon. Any nominations from the floor? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Duly carried. Commissioner Lechka?
Next, we have 4 members to the Farmland Preservation Committee, 1 public member. Committee nominates Charity Steer. 1 elected township official. Committee nominates Andrew Grimes. 1 public member with an agricultural interest. Committee nominates William Porath. And 1 county commission member. Committee nominates David Lechka.
We have 3 members. Any nominations from the floor for any of those positions? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Duly carried. Commissioner Lechka?
We have Upper Grand River watershed vacancies that will be re-advertised. We have no applicants. That's all I have.
Thank you, Commissioner Lechka. We've now arrived at Human Services, chaired by Commissioner Jonathan Williams. Commissioner Williams?
Mr. Chairman, I have no business coming before the board this evening.
Thank you. Personnel and Finance, chaired by Commissioner Jim Vitito. Commissioner Vitito?
No further business to come before this board this evening, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Vitito. We've now arrived at unfinished business. Before you, from Commissioners' comments at last month's board meeting, the board asked for an explanation and options for the Riverwalk Hotel demolition site. This is for your information. Is there anything actionable you would like to do with this? Commissioner Elwell.
Read through it thoroughly, appreciate the work the administrator did on it. I personally think it's a good idea just to leave it out there, let discussion happen about those options. I think it'd be putting the cart in front of the horse to make that decision right now. The building's not down yet, but I think it gives us a lot of food for thought, and I personally support, at this point anyway, what I see presented here, but I think it'd be a good idea just to leave it out there for the public to discuss it, see it, and digest it.
Any other commissioner comments? Commissioner Phil Duckham. Sorry, Phil.
I think it's a good idea to leave it out there, just like Commissioner Elwell said, but I'd like to leave it out there for a while, setting and see if we can't get some help taking it down. There's several different entities that would benefit greatly by having that building down, and they don't have any skin in the game, and I think that they should have. I've surveyed the people that I represent in my area, and the general consensus is it doesn't bother them sitting there for right now, that with money tight, leave it sit there and do it later. Thank you.
Any other commissioner comments? Commissioner Elwell?
Just to clarify my position, it was a decision on what to do with the property after we knocked the building down. My comments were not to be construed as to leave the building standing or do something different with it. Thank you.
Moving on to new business. Commissioner Lechka?
Yes, Chairman, I would like to make a motion to have Commissioner Williams approach the city at their next meeting and ask them to join us in an ice cream scooping contest again like we had last year at the fair, with the winner to be able to fly their flag again over the dairy building.
I have a motion.
Support.
I have support. We have discussion now. Mahoney.
As the other city county commissioner, I'm happy to go along with Commissioner Williams to make that challenge.
Well, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, Commissioner Lechka. Any other new business? Commissioner Rice.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I talked briefly with our administrator, Mike Overton, earlier. This asbestos removal, right now, we're looking at potentially somewhere around $40,000, maybe a little more. I'm talking about asbestos removal of the hotel. We have somewhere in the neighborhood of $250,000. So, doing my math, county brownfield money will have approximately $200,000 left. We also have, at the last brownfield meeting I went to, obviously, Mr. Chairman, you were there. There was a discussion of $190,000 of petroleum fund money, which is part of the Recovery Act, which the city was talking about. Those combinations of those two county brownfields monies come to approximately $400,000. And I would just ask that that our administrator would look at some other options for that total amount of money. We have a lot of other facilities that potentially that money could be used for, including not only, but including the airport. The airport. Obviously, the airport has a city landfill there, an old one, that needs to be addressed as part of that overall project there. So, again, if our administrator could just take a look at those dollars and see if they contact DEQ, what have you, and see if potentially they could be used elsewhere, that would be appreciated.
Any other new business to come before the board? Seeing none, we've returned to public comment at this time. This is the second round. If you'd like to address the board, please step forward and identify yourself. Any public comment? Seeing none, the second round of public comment is now closed. Commissioner comments. Commissioner Lechka?
I'd just like to inform everybody that this Saturday is a great ag event again at the county. It's breakfast on the farm at Hank Schoten Farm in Cement City. You need a ticket, but it's free. They need a ticket so they can figure out how many breakfasts they have to serve.
I wanted to make you aware that that's in Liberty Township, is where that is. Any other commissioner comments? Commissioner Mahoney. Commissioner Williams?
Mr. Chairman, I accept, along with Commissioner Mahoney, the challenge to go before the City Council and make that request that they help us scoop ice cream. It was a great event last time. We lost, just as a reminder to those souls out there who worked diligently. That can't happen again. So we need you there for the fair. Start working out. Get your scooping arm ready. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Any other commissioner comments? Seeing none, we have no closed session at this time. We are adjourned.